Ooh,
Hello, good evening everyone. This is GrandVandalier joined by Celin, and we're going to be casting this match, which is Team NP versus Starboyz. Say hello, Celin.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Sorry a little bit late to the draft here, so let's get right into it. Team NP, Rubik and Nature's Prophet, Starboyz, Earth Spirit, and Queen of Pain. Your thoughts?
I really like the picks. Earth Spirit, very active early. Rubik can be as well, although a bit less so. And Queen of Pain is always an interesting mid laner. And Nature's Prophet promises a bunch of split push.
It's a very early pick for the Nature's Prophet, though.
It is. There's a lot of counter opportunity, but you can only assume that when a team this good pulls it out this early, they have a game plan around it.
That's a good point. I mean, the more aggressive lineup definitely going to be the Earth Spirit and the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's been doing a lot of really good mid matchups lately, and Earth Spirit, well known for just messing people up in the laning phase. Bans are going out as well, so it looks like they banned the Lone Druid of the Puck against NP. NP themselves banned the Bat and the Dazzle, so it seems like NP are just trying to ban as many of these initiators and saves as they can.
Yeah. I do wonder if we'll see a Bristleback this game at all, or if that's not something that's on these teams' radar.
Oh, Bristleback.
It's been a very common ban up through the qualifiers, and he's not banned in this game yet.
The old Bristleback nonsense again.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Still, NP, don't know very much about Starboyz at all, but NP, if there's anybody who can go out these kooky drafts, it's probably going to be Eternal Envy himself. I wonder if we're going to get a favour. I wonder if we're going to see, I mean, with the recent constant nerfs to Illusion Heroes, they deal less damage, deal less damage to buildings, they give gold now, I believe they always give experience, but Illusion Heroes have sort of fallen out of the meta recently.
That's true. They have been nerfed quite a bit to try and balance them out of it, but they are still very viable. There's a Doom from Team NP.
Yeah, very greedy pickup actually, especially considering you've got Nature's Prophet as well, who's probably going to be spending a lot of his time farming. Doom, we have seen a few Dooms get really active quite early as well, getting devouring the golems for example, getting the ranged boulder stun, and just chasing after someone with the E, and just chasing them down with the Scorched Earth as well. That's the Infernal Blade.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there with him, but they could also end up with a really crowded jungle depending on how their lanes go.
Are you thinking is it
well,
an offlane Doom, an offlane Prophet, mid Prophet?
Either way, I think both of those heroes in the offlane are likely to be forced out of lane by whatever they're going to face.
Yeah, I think Nature's Prophet is pretty well against the Quap and mid. They've both got very similar attack animations, very similar damage at the start, and because of teleport, Quap doesn't have an immediate way to kill the Prophet unless Earth Spirit rotates in as well.
That's true, but Earth Spirit is very likely to rotate, and whereas Quap poses a threat to Nature's Prophet cannot do anything to a Quap.
Oh, Twin-headed Thunder Dragon and Thunder Dragon? Yu-Gi-Oh! Twin-headed Dragon himself.
Blue-eyed Dragon.
I do like seeing Jakiro. I don't think he's picked enough. I think the stun is incredibly great. His push and his counter push is also really good. I think the problem with him, he just like this hero, he does support somewhat well, but he does need a few items to start kicking in. I don't think he does well as, for example, a Rubik in a slot 5 position.
That's true. That said, he's a very tanky support for an int hero, and he also does provide some good pushing power to take down towers and also some counter push versus the Nature's Prophet. I do like him.
I mean, it is good. I mean, you got the Dual Breath, you got the Macropire, we've got Lena coming out from Team NP as well. So you Nature's Prophet push, Doom who can frontline and tank it all up, the Lena with the Fiery Soul, just getting those stacks as well. I mean, who do you favour going into a team fight so far? I mean, NP have got this incredible ability to disable multiple targets. Lena can remove someone from the fight. Doom can also do so with Doom.
Yeah, I think, honestly, Team NP at the start looked like they were drafting for a farming game, but they're looking like they want to fight now. Although the Nature's Prophet Doom are still interesting picks for that. That said, those Starboyz have classic team fighting picks with a Quap or its Spirit Jakiro. Just solid all-around disable, good damage, good sustain.
But nothing that really goes into the late game apart from the Quap as of yet.
That's true, you get to see there.
I mean, you've got one scaling core, and NP have got up to 3 potentially scaling cores. I mean, you've got to assume a Lena, you're not going to see you're not going to see a support Lena. Doom, you're not going to see as a support. It could be a slot forward Doom, in fact, it probably will be. Okay, so there we go. So there's your other core that's going to start rolling in. The one thing I'm worried about with Sven, though, is that he is really susceptible to getting kited, and Nature's Prophet is one of the best heroes at shutting out melee heroes from doing what they want to do in fights, which is run into people and smack, slash, or stab someone.
There is a lot of kite potential on Team NP, so this Sven is not going to have an easy time of it, but that is their late game security right there.
Does the Doom remove debuffs? I don't know if it does anymore. It does apply a basic dispel. Would that remove Warcry? I think that would.
I think it would do, yeah.
So, I mean, you're not going to get into God Strength, but yeah, dispellable, yeah. So the Warcry, I mean, that mass amount bonus armor. I mean, if this Sven just runs in, you could pop the Doom on him. I mean, if he still already popped his ult, he could still do a lot of damage, but without Warcry, he's going to be a lot squishier against these heroes like Nature's Prophet and the Leader as well.
That's true. Maybe Starboyz look to pick up some sort of semi-carry for the offlane here to sort of take a bit of the pressure off this Sven, because there is a lot riding on him right now, and like you said, he can both be kinded and doomed to just quite effectively deal with him.
Very interesting lineups as well. I mean, they both got great early game, they both got great mid game, and they both got really good late game so far. Do you favour Team NP or do you favour Starboyz? Apart from the prestige of the team alone, the players, in terms of the actual just the draft lineup, who do you favour going in as the game gets later and later?
Looking at the draft, I think for the early game, I'd have to say I favour Starboyz. That said, however, if Team NP can take this late, they've got ridiculous money-making potential in this Nature's Prophet and the Doom, and Lena turns into an absolute beast with her right clicks as well late game.
I agree. I think you are right. I think Team NP, they've gone for this incredibly greedy early game lineup. The Nature's Prophet, he can teleport in to contribute towards team fights, and that'll do well for the first couple of levels, but by about level 3, level 4, when these stuns, the cogs now from the clockwork, when these disables start coming in, Nature's Prophet doesn't really offer that much in team fight quite early. Doom doesn't really do much either. I mean, he can run at you, and he's kind of tanky. He's got that self-regen. Yeah, I do agree. I think Starboyz definitely have the early game, and with the clockwork, just putting even more early game pressure on. Kind of a pain in the ass against Nature's Prophet, though. You do not want to hook into a tree.
That's true. Wow.
These lanes,
So it's gonna be
off-lane Prophet with a mid-lane Lena, jungle Doom, Lifestealer Rubik, top lane.
That's true. I think that's how they're gonna lane it. And I gotta say, MP have really gone all in with the greedy here, because they
four cores. None of them do particularly well if they lack farm.
Yeah, but I mean, it's if they think they can pull it off, I could see that. It's just up to Starboyz now to see if they can punish it.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of it. I think it's also going to be done on the clockwork and the earth spirit. I think that Team NP, if you allow them to just do what they want to do in team fight, they're going to run around and they're just going to. Lifestealer's going to eat you up. Lena's just going to blast down with fire. Doom's going to scorch you. I mean, they're just going to run at you at team fights. But the clockwork and the earth spirit, and even the Jakira can just get enough disruption. The Sven can just get in there and do what he needs to do. I mean, Lifestealer traditionally does not match up very well versus Sven. Warcry not only reduces Lifestealer's attack damage, also reduces the percent of the healing it gets from Feast, the damage that's done as well.
Yeah, just generally. The clockwork as well, very good at disrupting a Lifestealer. And the Jakiro and the Earth Spirit, even though they can't stand up to these characters, they can really disrupt a team fight. And there we go.
Are we going to get any Quelling Blade carriers this match, would you say? I mean, Sven probably is going to pick one up. You can see a Battle Fury Sven.
Well,
95% cleave.
I doubt we'll see the full Battle Fury, but I could definitely see a Quelling Blade just to get out of the Sprout. Because that is, even with the BKB, that is a massive pain to deal with. Because there's just nothing to do if you're
Well, I got predictions.
Ooh.
Okay, so we'll quickly do the prediction. Total number of player deaths by 10 minutes, what do you think?
I mean, if this goes the way...
I think it's going to be aggressive.
Yeah, I think it is.
6 to 10?
Yeah, I mean, if Starboyz get their way.
Win? I think the greed's going to pay off. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if you say so, go for it.
Team of first barracks destruction.
If there's gonna be, if MP are gonna take it, then I don't think they can give up racks. So, if you're going with MP for the win, I'd go with them for the racks as well.
Oh, rotation. It looks like they're gonna find the clockwork. The Lena does back off just in time. So the smoke rotation from Starboyz is entirely scattered out. We're gonna quickly see if we can fill out these final things while I'm keeping an eye on the match. Okay, you cast the match if stuff happens. I'll scroll out. There we go.
Sure.
I will quickly. Okay, team of first barracks destruction. I'm gonna go in on NP because they got the prof. Oh, time. Oh, I didn't think there was gonna be an early barracks at all.
No, I doubt it.
30 to 40.
It's just a bit of a standoff.
Team with the first Roshan kill. You got to give that to NP. Nature's Prophet, Lifestealer, Lina with the stuns, and go NP.
Yeah.
So that'll do for that. Okay, yeah. Right, then we can actually concentrate on casting on the game.
It looks like Starboyz are trying to secure an extra early boundary room for themselves.
They do not
here.
want to give this over to Eternal Envy. And he's going to wisely back off. He realises that he's just not going to really be able to contest this, so he backs off.
And here come the voice lines.
Oh, I got a feeling, I think they're going to disappear once the international duration ends, which is really sad actually.
Yeah, use them while you can, I guess.
Anyway, let's have a count in. So we've got Dragonheart on our Clockwork, Sven, played by White and Burning Trust. I'm going to call him White. Jakiro is going to be taken up by SAF. We've got Earth Spirit being played by Orange, and Quap being played by BTY. Earth Spirit's hanging around in mid. I think he's been scouted out. I don't think... There's no wards up this. Oh wait, there is a ward down here. So.
We got something top lane?
So check it out.
No, it's fine. It's just a good pull by the Lifestealer there.
So Envy just farming away. Paladin looks like he's up in the jungle. That he doesn't really feel too confident going to there. I'd imagine the Clockwork is probably cog blocked.
Yeah.
And just pulled it back. Doesn't Rubik not too happy. Tries to come and contest, but gets a lot of his mana burned off in return as well.
Yeah. And Clockwork has the potential to do quite well in this lane because while they can try to all-in him and lift him up, throw him back, and slow him down with the Lifestealer, he has to go quite far out for them to get that kill. So
looks like the Doom is actually rotating into the mid now to help out the Lina. I think they're worried about Earth Spirit rotating in, so they just want to get a little bit of early farm onto Fata so that couple of levels, get the stun, get the fiery soul. I think he'll probably feel a lot more comfortable. But it looks like the Doom's going to now back off back to the jungle.
But that does mean that this doesn't look like a core Doom. This is going to be
a position 4, definitely a position 4 kind of team.
Ooh.
Just casually throwing out all the mana on the Jakiro. He's actually out of mana already. Popped the Salve and popped the Clarity, so just wants to get some really early harass down here on MSS and the Nature's Prophet. Yeah,
he's gone first point in Q as well on this Jakiro, so there's no harass from his Liquid Fire just yet.
None at all.
Which is, once you get it, it is a superb lane.
I wonder if he'd gone for that to slow down tree ends.
Possible, yeah.
That could be a reason, perhaps.
Could have been an early engagement thing as well.
You know what, it might be good if we bought the last sets as knights. I think people will probably want to see that. So, I mean, it was fairly even so far. I mean, no lanes are really getting an advantage. The mid and the safe lanes are farming equally the same. It looks like NP are getting away with Nature's Prophet getting more farm than the Clockwork. That's to be expected from a range versus a melee core.
Yeah, I mean, generally quite even though. Like, aside from the help in mid showing slightly, there's no massive CS differences yet.
No, so Rubik, we've got Rubik rotating around. It looks like Paladin's just going to come down there. Maybe get a bit of an aggressive move. Is he going to try and get the courier actually? It's quite far out now. He's nowhere near fast stuff. He might actually try and get it on the back lines. I think he's going to get it. I think he's going to get it. 2 shots. I think he's got the courier.
Where's the reactions?
There's the first.
No, that's it.
That's it. That's the courier. Death as well. Meanwhile, Lina does try to get the kill on the Quap, but she does manage to blink out just in time. So
and that is before Quap got her bottle, so that's quite a hit to take for the mid laner there.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, they're going to make a rotation into Fata. They do manage to get the ball on board and stun, but no, Lina counters with a nice light strike away, captures, and the Doom comes in the net as well. He's down, and they're going to get the Inferno Blade and get a double kill as well.
That was absolutely brutal. The toss into the Lina stun there was really, really good, and the rotation by Doom as well, just to finish it up.
It's a bit strange that they rolled in there. I think they saw the Rubik in the area. Did they think they would be able to pop her a lot quicker?
I don't think they expected.
Oh, they're going on again. Not very happy about that kill. They're going to try and make a second attempt. The Earth Spirit's still only level 1 though. He doesn't have any follow-up apart from the boulder. And because he's level 1, he just doesn't have that much HP. He's actually getting focused down and has to back off again already.
Yeah, and Quap has the 2 points in Dagger, which means she's good for just laning against Selena, but she doesn't have much burst yet, which makes these kinds of ganks a bit hard, especially with the good rotations from the Rubik and the Doom as well.
I mean,
attention.
You're already looking at a 2k net worth lead, over 2k net worth lead in favour of NP. So, I mean, this greedy lineup, which you said, probably isn't going to win the early game. It's actually coming out really well ahead in this laning stage.
Yeah, and that was the one danger for Starboyz, is that while they do have a really greedy lineup, heroes like Prophet, Rubik, Doom, they can all rotate. And if they do, and you only rotate with your Earth Spirit, you're not going to win that trade.
Yeah, well, it's a very aggressive grid game. But the Quap actually comes back to no telekinesis, but no, it looks like actually going to make a rotation onto Paladin. In the meanwhile, it's Earth Spirit does drop actually. A rotation by the Doom does manage to secure that. Yeah. So kills happening around the map, but
It's a good little rotation from the Clockwork.
I mean, you're both losing your slot 5, so it's like not the biggest deal. It's a big deal for Quap though. Did need to catch up in that lane, especially after falling earlier. So a little bit of extra help there.
Yeah, but she's...
Aerospirit rotates in natural MS at the bottom. This should be a profit dev, and the Doom is actually quite out of position as well. But I think he's a bit too tanky for them to really make a rotation onto. Although the Jakira does come down here as well. Sven does have the stun.
I think they're worried about a rotation in from someone else, but I think they could have gone on that.
Notice as well that, they're actually going to try and make a rotation onto the Sven. I think it's just a bit of a pass. No, wait, the Prophet actually TP's back in. He's actually dropping really low. The Inferno Blade doing a lot of damage, especially that percentage-based health. They're going to try and make a go on the Jakira as well. The Warcry is keeping him up, but not quite enough. Jakira is the one who will tank that gank.
Yep, down he goes.
And we are winning on the Compendium. Quap actually gets hit by the stun, and
it's a lot of action here, and it's...
Do you expect any less than from NP?
No, not at all.
Oh, I mean, Sven, he hangs around for just a little bit too long. The percentage base barely pops the stun and tries to run away. He might be able to get away. The Aerospirit rotates in. No mana to do anything else. He's got to be quite careful. I mean, I don't really think that these two can actually take on. No. The Doom is actually quite... Although he's actually taking a lot of damage. It's got to be quite close down to the wire. The Doom is trying to run away. His base, like, 0-1, not really helping. He's going to try and make the TP. Quap should be able to get in range for the E. Does barely manage to get the kill. Does have 2 of the... If he wants, he does have 2 of the little boulders, but doesn't decide to use them.
Yeah.
Use them on Jakira instead.
Yeah, the boulders are good to try, even if just for the damage. And yeah, Doom and Rubik, it was a good go on the Sven, but they found themselves a bit too deep there, and they're both quite slow in the early game.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
yeah.
A bit stranded in the jungle there.
This lean at Fata is just not holding up, and here comes the Nature's Wrap as well. Actually does manage to secure a kill on the Yokes, but the Nature's Wrap actually TP's in and gets him as well.
Good low snipe. And yeah, honestly, the Quap has had a horrible lane since the courier got sniped and she was forced to go back for a bottle that didn't have delivered. It's just been a rough deal.
And if you compare the last sets as well, you've got the safe lane Sven on 25, where Eternal Envy up top on the Lifestealer. We haven't really focused on him at all that much, but he's got his nice little Lifestealer starter's Adventurer's Kit. He's got a Quelling, he's got a PMS, he's also got an Orb of Venom. He's still got a saddle because he's just not been harassed, got the boots, he's got a Midas on his way and about 500 gold. So
he's had a really, really good start. And while Sven's been fighting, he has just been up here farming.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's going to really start to show in the fights.
Yeah. I mean... Because the thing is, this Sven is not going to come online as fast as this Lifestealer. I mean, the Lifestealer's got several passes, several carriages to ride to the ball in. He has got the Nature's Prophet who can immediately teleport anywhere. He's got the Lena. If she gets to set up on anybody, the rest of them are just the sheer nuke damage, just going to seal their fate.
Yeah.
They're going to make a rotation down here onto bottom now. It looks like it's... The Radiant do get a scan, but they're getting to the tower, so they might see one rotating in, but they don't see the ones coming from the north.
They could go.
They might be able to get. They're going for the Prophet, rolling boulder. They miss everything. He's just going to TP out. No, he's not. He realised I think the Sven might have a stun, but no, they decide to go for the Doom instead. They can't really make up their minds. The Prophet TP's out, the Lena TP's in, and she's going to come in for a lot of damage now, and they're just forced to run.
Lena doesn't quite have mana for Laguna though.
Meanwhile, looks like the next Prophet actually gets a kill down the bottom, down at the top. Sorry, and the fights are scattered everywhere. It looks like they just couldn't really decide who to focus, and now they're all just getting routed from everywhere. Sven and Earthspirit are forced down into the trees while Quap retreats to the west, but you rotated 4 heroes in, you don't get anything for it.
Yeah, Starboyz are really not... They're struggling now to find anything here. They really should be winning these trades because, again, Lifestealer is in no way involved, so when they lose them, it's pretty brutal and not boding well for them.
No, not at all. I think a thing to keep in mind as well. I mean, the gold graph is already getting to that precarious 5k mark experience. About 3k, not as bad, but this is not the start you wanted to have against this incredibly greedy team. Maybe is it just they played incredibly well, or is it maybe just it just shows the difference between the experience in these two teams?
Yeah, potentially. It's just, I guess NP were right with the draft. They were just confident they could get away with this, and they really are.
Looks like Pilot is staying in mid, maybe to get some setup with the Lena where to rotate in. Lena just curry over to the right, just
I think he's happy getting some experience and some gold there.
So the Lena is actually not going for the standard I'm going to get a Bloodstone build up, she's going for the very aggressive Yule's play instead. So I think this means they want to fight early, probably just push as well, just punish anybody who gets out of position.
Yeah, and it basically just removes Sven's chance of ever running at anything.
It's a good point, yeah.
He's going to get just kited now.
Does the spell from the Yules, the spell Warcry?
I think it should.
I think it should as well, actually. So if that is the case, then an even better pickup. I mean, it's a great item on Lina anyway. You don't buy it for... I mean, you don't really... Well,
no,
you
it's
don't
good
buy
for
it
setup,
spell.
it's good defensively, and
Yeah,
it's good
definitely.
to essentially keep Sven down.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's just just action all over the map, and unfortunately, it looks like the Starboyz are just roaming around, just trying to find anything they can. They're going to try and make a bit of a concerted effort in mid now. Quap is TPing, and the rest of them are smoked up. They might try and... Pilot is not. He's probably the worst hero you can get at this stage. Anyone else is going to be worth more. They're actually going to make a rotation north into the jungle instead. No, they're not. They're actually going to move half the sides of Telekinesis the Quap. They do rotate, but the Quap is already dead, and the Sven Pop's Fiend's God Strength, and he just can't get anywhere. But then he decides to go on MSS instead. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is getting routed. They just can't stand up to just the sheer amount of right click and the harassment that his Doom is able to bring out. Ice Path comes in again and it misses, and they just walk out.
So they're able to kill Alina there, but losing their Quap means it's essentially... I mean, it's obviously the better trade for them since NP are so far ahead, but if you look at the net worth, they are still getting crushed by the course of NP.
Let's have a quick look at that fight recap. Yeah, I mean, it's a favourable trade for the Radiant purely because they are behind at this moment in time, behind by quite a bit, but like you said, the Quap does not get any of that experience as well, so... They're getting a small amount. They're getting slight picks, but
they're not farming. They are running around smoke.
They really are not farming. I mean, the offlane profit is got about 50% net worth advantage over the Sven. I mean, the Sven was babysatting his lane as well.
Yeah, and it's all of this is also the lifestealer's not near any of it. He's not come to any of these fights. He's still free farming.
MSS also good for the combat build as well, getting the early drums and phase boots.
Yeah.
Actually decides to go back for the Midas as well. Clockwork does get the rocket, gets a glimpse of vision, but the block by the tree ends. Can't hope to get the hook shot. Looks like he was trying to make a bit of a dive into the Earth Spirit. He looks like he's still going to turn heavy. He wants blood, but the Rolling Boulder should deter him enough.
Yeah, but Earth Spirit can't stand up to this Lifestealer at all. If he uses Rolling Boulder to get
He's just going to run in. He just knows he can just bully this Earth Spirit. Oh, here comes the Nature's Prophet as well. So a little bit of backup now. They do manage to see him. He's going to roll his Boulder away and TP. He's gone.
Yeah, still though, that should be a tier 1 tower. Just an entirely free push.
Clockwork does manage to delay the middle one. This actually managed to make it go onto the Lina. Bit of damage coming in and the Macropie. Look how long that is now. I think that's okay. Is there a rocket? Is there anything? There's not anything else.
Oh, and the Stolen Ice Path. That is a beautiful spell on Ruby.
Probably one of the top 3 spells, non-ultimate spells in the game you can steal. Probably alongside Fissure and Splitter, if I'd say.
Yeah, something like that. It's because of the black, no animation for Rubik is absolutely brilliant.
Because the wind-up on Jakira is a pain in the ass. People can just dodge it to the side. Where Rubik, no, you haven't really got that level of...
Yeah.
You don't really have that chance.
Well.
It is a very low cooldown. I think it's something like... What is it? Ice Path 8? Yeah, 9 seconds at max rank. With a 2.5 second stun, and you can increase it, I believe, yeah, by 1.5. So you can have like nearly 30-40% uptime with that spell. It's really good.
Overall, a very good spell to have. And honestly, even if you're going to steal something else, to start a fight off with an extra stun like that is incredible.
So the Sven looks like he actually decides to go for the early Mask of Madness. I mean, it's the all-in play. It's very risky. I mean, what does Sven do? I mean, he doesn't really care about the armor reduction. He doesn't really care about the silence once he's popped everything. So it's a very good item for him, but...
It is. It's essentially...
No stats, though. Like, just...
It's an all-in, like you said. It's now he does the same thing he did before, where he runs in and either he gets kited and he dies, or he kills something, but he does it a lot faster either way.
Indeed. I mean, it's a bit of a damning tale. I mean, the net worth is continuing to creep up. We're looking at about 8k now in favour of the Radiant. Dire, not Radiant. Experience not so bad, but NP are just doing a very good job at splitting the map. I mean, if you have a look pretty much the map right now, listen, the Radiant are just do not want to cross this line at all.
Yeah, and they have NP have the only like words on the map as well.
Yeah,
I don't see anything from Starboyz, and it's also it's not just the vision; it's also how they're spending their time. When NP aren't fighting, they are farming. All of them are. Even like Pilot Eye is trying to find something somewhere, whereas Starboyz are spending a lot of time just walking around, which they can't really afford.
Does look like Lina does now pick up the Yules as well, so she does have that capability of just running up to... Most of the heroes are in serious risk. I think 3 of them just die outright to the Lina. The Quap maybe gets a blink away, but any other form of counter, any other initiation on top of that, and the Quap's just going to be dead. The Doom is... Yeah, this is the classic position for Doom. So he's maxed out the Scorched Earth. He's got the Tranquils, he's tanking up. Looks like he's going to be going for that mech into the guard. No, he's actually going for the He's going for the pipe, actually.
Yeah, and pipe versus this team is really, really good. There's
really respecting the amount of magic damage they can pump that with Magnetize and everything that Jakira brings to the table as well.
Once you drop a pipe, the only real damage there is Sven and Quap ultimate.
Yeah. It's look, I mean, not to say this match is by all means is over, because of course it's not. It's by no means over. Anything could happen, but Starboyz have to try mixing it up, and it looks like they're going down to the bottom. Sven is actually manning up, but he's just going to get popped straight away. The entire 5-man rotation's onto him, and now this is just the chase.
And here's Lifestealer now.
Yeah, Lifestealer turns into the fight. He's going to be able to get the Jakiro, Doom up on the clock as well, and they're just diving past. Clockwork is left out to die as well. They're just getting completely overrun. They have nothing to stop this. We're just going to run at you lineup.
No, and this is getting pretty damning now for Starboyz. Lifestealer he's come online at like 15 minutes because he's had so much farm. And
yeah.
You saw Sven try to fight him, and normally, like you said, Sven has that advantage, but it was like, nope, you're not doing that.
And looks like we've also got the Diffu Blade Lifestealer coming out as well. So, many buffs to dispel. I think it's just the Warcry, to be fair. I think it's so that Lifestealer, as soon as the Warcry comes out, he can just reliably go onto the Sven afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Warcry
Let's try Starboyz see you next TI.
Oh,
it's looking a bit like that. I mean, anything can happen with a Sven, but the problem is he doesn't have the best setup. I mean, Sven's one of his heroes you love, like a Magnus, you love an Enigma, you love these heroes who can use great. Darkseer is another phantom. Clockwork? I mean, you saw early on in the mid-fight. You saw early on the mid-fight, he managed to hook people, but he didn't have a blink dagger, he didn't have any way of getting into the cogs. In fact, I think the first 3 seconds of his ulti was just there hitting his own Clockwork's cogs to try to get him to batter down his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, Sven can work with a Clockwork. Like you said, he's going to want a blink dagger for that, which it looks like he's going to buy, but then he has a blink dagger and a Mask of Madness, while Lifestealer is going to have another fighting item, presumably. Because it looks like they're all winning on this now.
I thought Jakira's going for you as well. Clockwork has nearly finished up the Blade Mail. Aerospace, unfortunately, really poor. He's still trying to maybe move towards a 4-staff. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy, well on his way to his Diffusal. Lena, I'd imagine that's going back for the Bloodstone at this point.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And when you're this far ahead, you know you've got this great kill and this great farm advantage, you know you're going to be able to get even more kills and just ramp up and keep the pressure on. Just Prophet, where are you? It's just a battle Prophet, isn't it? Not this AFK, I'm going to get Midas, Nagadim, Scepter, and Refresher, and Octarine.
Yeah, but the
classic 2k pub build.
Why have I forgotten the name of that item? The Orchid, excuse me. It's gonna
Bloodthorn.
Yeah, but Orchid first, then Bloodthorn. It's gonna be insane versus this team as well. You silence again, even Sven, because he doesn't have a BKB, can't Warcry, can't ulti. Silence Quap, can't blink. Earth Spirit can't roll. They're all pretty much an easy kill once you get silence on them.
And they're all just thinking, I mean, it's a bit of a questionable Shrine Pop there, just as it just gives himself a little bit of mana, which means that if NP decide to take the... I mean, NP of course didn't see that, but if they do decide to go for the version, they don't have something to fall back on for like a second life or something like that. Earth Spirit rolls in, managed to get the silence onto the Rubik and the border smash, but no, it isn't quite in position.
No, Rubik...
I think this game, Starboyz have been missing a lot of their stuns.
Yeah, to be fair, Rubik is moving quite fast, but as an Earth Spirit, that's what makes or breaks your gameplay, is hitting your abilities like that. And if you can't, then you aren't really providing
It's also
much.
exactly the same for the Jakira as well, because if you're not landing the Ice Path, what are you doing compared to any other kind of spot? One of them do manage to get a pick, it's onto Eternal Envy. That's a really hard kill, and they just run away.
Can't do it.
No.
Not at all.
That is probably the worst. Yeah, that as a matter of fact, like I said, that is the worst hero to catch in the cogs at this moment of time. The Clockwork doesn't want to be stuck in there with him.
Yeah,
and you can't kill him.
No one does.
No, 5 heroes just didn't see him pop the rage. He's like, yeah, that's it, we're gone.
Yeah, press Q teleport.
Yeah, that's it.
Win.
I'm out. And Abyssal isn't really a Sven item purchase these days because ever since the change to the Abyssal used to be huge damage back before it was a Vanguard build-up, but now it's a Vanguard build-up, it just doesn't offer the damage that Sven wants, so you don't... I mean, you're probably going to have to get a blink, but you probably don't really want to.
No, it's... Sven's in it's a rock and a hard play situation. Either you buy damage and you get kited, or you buy mobility and you do no damage.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to come back.
Half a dozen of one, or 6 of one, half a dozen the other. I think that's the same. Either way, he's kind of screwed. He needs 12. You know, he needs the full 12. No messing around. Nature's Prophet is well on the way to the Orchid as well. I think the Quad probably has an answer to the Orchid. No, actually, it's going for the Lincolns. I mean, that is an answer, but...
Yeah, but then Rubik uses any ability on her, or
Lina
uses Yule's on her.
They got a very... No, they don't have the... I mean, everything that Rubik has can pretty much pop a Lincolns, which is pretty good.
That's true.
Keep it up, well done. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Punani Shaolin Monk. Love that.
It's a good name.
Punani. Should be doing that on a stream. I was about to say professional stream, but we're nowhere near there yet. So let's not. Yeah, let's super professional indeed. Hashtag TI7. We're on our way.
You're right.
Anyway, back to the matter at hand. I think Aoi's done his job as his Doom really well this game. He's just been running at them. His farm isn't great for a Doom, but then again, why? I mean, he did go for the Scorched Earth build. He runs at 5 heroes. They run away.
Yeah, they can't fight him. They can't kill him, and if they try to kill him, then the
Lifestealer comes in, Nature's Prophet.
rolls in, yeah.
It almost feels like...
Here comes the Orchid.
Here comes the Orchid. She does not have the Lincolns. The Orchid is popped, and the Lifestealer... Oh no, it's the entire encouragement they're here, and... Nice reveal of the Orchid there. I mean, getting the kill on the most farmed hero, the Radiant by far. And that is damning. That is not Midas, surely. Casual 30-minute clock Midas incoming.
I don't think that's going to really work out for him.
You're not going to match this. You're kind of screwed either way, because the team that was meant to... Oh, they did match... Oh, something I guess not.
Yeah, it's the only kill they've been able to get for the last about 20 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is the whole game almost.
And the thing is though, you want to be able to match the items that are coming out on MP, but you need items that allow you to fight now, otherwise you're not going to last these fights. Like a Midas, that Midas isn't going to start playing for the clock until at least 45 minutes. In that time, it's done nothing for him in that time, and even then it just pays for itself, so...
Yeah, it's... 45 minutes might be a tough ask for Starboyz at this point.
Yeah,
and I mean... You know that NP are going to be farmed to sell by that point anyway. I
do wonder if Envy has... He actually went back for the Desolator. He did opt out of the Diffusal. I mean, it is a better item for the Lifestealer. The damage is just better. Oh, meanwhile, up top, it looks like we actually got a kill. They actually managed to get a kill on the Nature's Prophet. 812 gold was the co-op, so I think we had to get... Oh, they managed to stop the Earth Spirit, so a small price to pay for a really good kill. Actually, it's going to roll north. No, you can't leave that way. Meanwhile, we're going to get back to the Jakira. He's just going to get picked off. Earth Spirit, you're going to make it out, dude.
Oh. Well...
Yes, close. They know that he isn't TP'd out because they interrupted the TP himself.
Yeah, and he'll be stuck there for a while. He can roll out, but...
Scary position for that poor little Earth Spirit to be in.
Those two trees keep
The trees are like, nothing here, boss. Hashtag fired.
So it was a good trade for
yeah, really good actually.
For Starboyz, but
and that's how you get back into this game. You need to get these little picks. You need to get something. You know? Yeah. Otherwise, you're just not going to get. You need to get the little Rubik pick was great. I actually thought I was an Nature's Prophet picking someone else, but no, it was not that at all.
Oh, I mean Nature's Prophet. Even if he does get a lot of items, he doesn't have any movement. He's quite an easy to catch hero.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, it's just catching without any backup is the trick.
So we haven't really looked at the dire heroes because to be fair, most of the action's been happening on the Radiant side, and you kind of always want the underdog to at least have a chance. They might be able to get the D-Ward over on the left-hand side there. No, it looks like it's going to go larger than notice. So NP can see everything that's going along in this top lane.
Yeah, Lina's got her Bloodstone now.
Bloodstone. Doom picks up the pipe. Maybe Rubik's on his way to a sneaky little something. He's going for a...
Looks like a 4-staff.
That's a 4-staff, yeah. Very standard Rubik pickup. I mean, really you should have at least 2, maybe even 3 if you got the ranged heroes, 4 staffs when you burst on a Clockwork anyway.
Yeah, I think in this draft, yeah, it's most likely just going to be the Rubik, unless Prophet decides to go Hurricane Pike. Oh.
Sneaky little attack. Oh no, it looks like they're being caught on the back line. They're being chased down. Earth Spirit's going to get caught by the leader as well. The Yule's put to good use. He's going to get telekinesis, drop down. He's going to roll into the Doom, but to no avail.
Nice little kill for Pilot.
The Qualifiers looks like she's trying to cut the wave. She realises that if she doesn't get rid of the wave, she's going to be able to push right up to the top lane. Going to get the TP out. Farta. The Prophet's coming in. He decides not to.
Very close.
Very close. Yeah, not too bad at all. I mean, a good way to. I mean, it did discourage the push, but instead, Eternal says, you know, we're just gonna go for the Roshan instead.
Quap gets the Arcane Ring right outside.
Give me my prediction.
Oh, there's the Clapper.
They do see this going on, but they're not in a position to contest the Earth Spirits or the back base and the Jakiro. They do have actually the Sven is coming in. He doesn't have mana though, so they pop the Shrine already. That's probably not the best, but Eternal Envy is quite low. They can make it go on to the.
That's a big initiation miss.
He's so close to level 12 as well. If he had level, he just hit it. If he had that level 12 and that level 2 hook shot, I think he gets the hook then.
Yeah.
It would have been a great initiation. Half the team on the left, half the team on the right. It would have been a really good way to start the fight, but.
Yeah,
and that's the breaks.
And that's one of the few times you're going to see a low life sealer as well in this type of situation. Yeah. So it's a shame they couldn't capitalize on that.
Oh, Quap looks like she's going to get caught out. They're going to see her move towards the creep wave. In they come to the net from the Doom. She does have the Lincolns. That's popped. Quap actually blinks to the north. Is there any way they could stop her? She needs probably a few more seconds. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy does manage to get a kill onto the Chikiro, but we'll stay focused on the Quap here at the top. Does manage to blink down to the southwest. Joes for the TV. She's going to get out. Very close.
I wonder if there might have been a miscommunication there. They're
going to make it onto Eternal Envy. He's actually quite low. He jumps into the siege creep. He actually pops out and he's going to try and manage against the Sven. The cogs are there as well. If Eternal Envy comes out of his reach too quickly, the cogs might do something. The Quap ulti misses.
Yeah, a bit ambitious there, trying to get the life stealer. I was going to say, I think there was a bit of a miscommunication with the Doom and Lina, because Lina ults when I think Doom meant to Doom that Quap, because that would have been a great kill and they could have pushed off of it.
They definitely could have,
Roshan, but she does get out.
I mean, it's not like an NP, but a throwing by, you know, the old 322 NV days, you know. I don't think we're getting to that level. They've still got a very comfortable lead, which is still growing constantly, but little plays like that just keep Starboyz in the game just that little bit longer.
That's true.
Starboy accuracy equals garbage. Yes, we've not had very good on-point skills from Starboyz. The clockwork to be fair.
Speaking of,
he hits a skeleton.
Oh no.
Late now pops really late as well. Earthspirit comes in. Who grabs the Aegis? It's actually Eternal Envy, and they do manage to get the kill as well. So they just have to back out now. Sven is running for his life. They don't have a shrine, that kid, but they can pop this time, but they are going to back off. In the meanwhile, that's going to make it go on the Chikiro. They can see the Nature's Prophet TPing in. The rest of them are going to just close in as poor little Chikiro is going to be bait. He goes down. Clockwork still manages to try to escape. Earthspirit has to go north, or the rest of his team goes south.
Yeah. I mean, you only lose to Chikiro, but that is also a lost Roche fight. And just as we're talking about it, the hook shot just right into the tree, doesn't get anywhere. Really unfortunate there for Clockwork.
Quap.
And the stolen by Rubik.
She's being a pain in the ass. They might get punished for that. They need a Lincoln's pop and then they need it. Nope.
There's the
and there we go. And that's going to be a death on the Quap now. So the cheeky little plays and cutting off the creep wave. Nope, we've had enough. And in fact, they're going to make the move towards the mid lane. They will get the tier 2 tower mid as well.
Yeah, getting objectives, getting kills. NP.
The Roshan, they've got the Aegis. In fact, I think they probably got the Aegis. Envy with 4.6k gold. The cogs are pretty good. It does get rid of Envy's mana, so we can't pop a rage. So, especially with the Qualifier, it's essentially quite a slow attack damage lifestealer, but it's still going down. The Desolator.
I mean, he doesn't care.
Envy's getting quite low, but he's probably just going to back out. Oh, they're trying to focus him down. The stolen hookshot by the Rubik. Sven pops the God Strength, but he can't get in position. He gets telekinesis by the Rubik, and then he gets yours as well. They're just buying time, and then he gets stunned, and then he gets Lagooned. He does manage to get kicked away by the Earthspirit. The Earthspirit rolls away. A really good play by him.
Yeah, but that's where you need the BKB.
That is where you need
the lift into the Yules, into the stun, Laguna.
That was it, yeah. It was in that order as well. That was
just a juggle.
Really good chain of disables done by NP there as well. Yeah, I mean, the Starboyz are holding on. They did lose a tier 3 there, so it looks like Nature's Prophet is going right up. No, they're not going to. Yeah. Casual AFK trees get in the shrine. Why not?
Yeah.
Very little commitment, a lot of reward. They've smoked. It looks like the Radiant have smoked. They want to try and get a pick. The Doom would be a nice pick.
I don't think you want to initiate on the Doom here.
The Doom is really taking it. They actually miss again. The E misses. They do manage to get vulnerable with the stun as well. But the Chikiro stole an Ice Path. 2 Ice Paths at the same time. Fire and Ice combining in the middle. The Magnetize comes out, spreading. Immediately go into the Sven. The Sven just gets Laguna Blade and drops straight away. Blade Mode comes out quite late from the clock. Doom
is still alive. This is why you don't start on the Doom.
The Doom would have died if they did hit the E on the Doom at the start of the fight as well, I might add.
Well, yeah, but that's story of the game so far has been, can we hit it? And the answer has been no for Starboyz.
Little Clockwork Goblin, or what do they call them, Keen Folk in this now? That's it. The Clockwork Keen Folk does manage to make his way, he'll get away. Nature's Prophet doing what he does best, destroying buildings. And he is going to get the melee ranks in mid until then he goes top. Did he actually pick up an item in the end? He did. He's sitting on 6.4k gold.
Yeah,
are we going to see the casual? No, that's it. They're going to call it.
Oh wow, yeah.
No, don't even let Envy get his rapier. So feels bad man indeed, but
it was a valiant
3 out of 4 predictions. 3 out of 4.
There you go. Well, what's the max timing like? Oh, it was a bit early though.
Damn it! It was like, yeah, it was 18. Yeah.
And by MP as well. I was not expecting that. Well, an excellent game by MP, looking strong.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the graphs just, they never once were in the Radiant favour. It all just started going wrong with the courier kill, the attempt to gank in mid, which ended up costing, with brilliant rotation for the Rubik, and from the Doom, ended up not getting the kill. The Quap dies, the Earth Spirit dies, the Quap just doesn't have a great game after that, and then their 4-man rotation down bottom, where they just can't make up their mind who they're going to go on. Doom, I think the Doom, the Nature's Prophet TP's out, they then try to go on Doom instead, Lena rotates there, and they get another 3 kills. So
yeah, it was just... I
all
think,
the missed skills as well.
Yeah,
so.
the missed skills didn't help them at all, and Starboyz had a real problem with where to be when. Like, when are we farming, when are we ganking, and it just cost them a lot of farm, and also their rotations were not as on point as MP. MP looked really strong. I think they can still work a little bit on team communication, just a tiny bit here and there. You see some stuns overlap, you see some missed Lincoln's pops or a Doom that doesn't land, but still played really well and took the game handily.
Yeah, pretty solid communication actually. I mean, they did really well. It's just that Starboyz were never allowed to get off the to take off and manage to do what their draft does. And when a team that greedy managed to actually get away with it, and I think they had it by the 4-minute mark, 2k net worth ahead. I mean, yeah, that's insane.
When the late game team takes the early game, that's when you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, most definitely. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We are going to cast another game. I'll tell you what, I'll have a look and see what we've got coming up on the line. We are going to stick to the NA qualifiers because, I'm in the UK and it's a bit late for Europe. And to be fair, I think a lot of people are saying that the NA qualifiers are where, it's where it's at this year and it's where a lot of the contention, a lot of the big games are going to be. It looks like we have Complexity versus NP in 46 minutes. That will probably get brought forward. It looks like Complexity has finished their game. So we're going to go to a break/AFK stream. I'm GrandVandalier, joined by Celin. Any remarks before we go to a break?
I think it'll be interesting to see how NP does versus Complexity after this match.
I mean, I think NP are probably the stronger team still, but Complexity, I mean, then they're pushovers by any amount. They've gone to TI before, they're well aware of the pressures, they know what's on the line, so should be a good match.
Yeah, I think Complexity will put up a good fight.
I think so too. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. We are going to go to a break, but as soon as we come back, we will be sticking around for some more amazing Dota TI7 action. So stick around. Thank you very much.
Thank you.